Finally arriving at the Fly Fishing Museum here in the Catskills. Yeah, been looking forward to this for a while. So let's see what they have inside. So upon entering the museum, one of the big things that struck me was the collection that folks have here. It is incredible. And the memorabilia and the innovations, I guess is a good way to put it, that folks have come up with through the years, the different vices, tactics, the more technical side of fly fishing, I guess. And of course, the fact that they were building their own rods at the time out of bamboo. And of course, the different vices that they had that they developed or put together. I particularly love the way they used magnifying glasses to be able to build all this out. And the tools that our early fly fishing folks had, yeah, they were just incredible the way they manufactured them. There was even a individual that took a vice grip and had it welded into the post to be able to hold the flies more securely. Just looking at the different products, that we've had over the years, and where those hackles have come from, I have to wonder who thought about those and where they could get them. So all in all, it was just an amazing time going through the actual memorabilia that was there, and the early folks of fly fishing and conservation that really struck me. I mean, in a time when folks were fishing just to have fish fries, versus actually conserving the resources that were there and available to them. And the early folks that had the foresight to implement that was incredible. Um, yeah, the flies that were on display, the different dyeing areas. A couple of them look like mine. A bit of disarray, I guess, is a good way to put it. But the ideas and the attention to detail and the work that went into some of these flies, it was mind-boggling for me. Another part of the museum, as you were looking at the flies, the different authors that had built out and put together different books at the time, being able to explain everything in a very low level, terms and details, and building all that out and being able to put the books together was just phenomenal. One of the big things that I did see while we were there is there have been several artists that have worked with stained glass over time, and putting together some of the window displays and bringing all that out. Yeah, it's just been incredible. They were just beautiful. When the sun hits them, it was quite interesting to see the displays that come through there. Another thing I really enjoyed was the displays they had set up for the early female fly fisher people, and yeah, it was really cool to watch that or to see that in the photos, bringing all that together. But everything had an emphasis of conserving our resources, which I think at this point has been huge. In this display, they had probably the most complex vise I've ever seen. I'm sure it worked for the individual involved, but not sure I could operate something along those lines. So that was fascinating. One of the other things that I noticed was the plethora of flies that were available to look at, and just to see the work of these folks early on, tying both freshwater and saltwater, and then being able to look through everything that they've done and seeing how those patterns have evolved over time. And it was just really cool to be able to put all that together. And then, of course, the early rods that came out, the bamboo and bringing all that together, just it was mind-boggling. See the craftsmanship and the time it took and the time involved in building these rods and understanding the use of each. And yeah, it was really cool to see that portion. I do apologize for the lighting. It was a little hard to video some of the stuff in glass displays, but I think you can see where we're going with it. Um, yeah, and then they had outlines or layouts of different flies and the window. I think they call them shadow boxes of the flies that were there, and just the overall true heritage of the fly fishing world and where we've been and where we're going. And each day brings new adventures and yeah, new fun. And here we came into the really the early books of fly fishing and fishing stories. Of course, we all have plenty of those, but it was just fun to look at the different books and be able to understand where they were coming, where they were going. Um, yeah, lots of fun, and I encourage everybody to take a look at those as well. And here, there's a display of a lot of the flies and information on what our Boy Scouts had to do to get their merit badges. Okay, folks, so I'm going to go ahead and close out here, but I hope everybody enjoyed the brief tour. And I would encourage anyone in the area to go out and investigate what's available. Thanks for watching, folks, and tight lines.